January 17th, 2021. You wake up, you look around, and you start to wonder, where have we come? Not only me as an individual, but the people around you, your friends, your family, but also other citizens. Are we all in this together? Are we divided? Is individuality truly a belief? Or are we supposed to be all one, united? But why not both? Why can't we have our own beliefs, but also stand out and become who we want to be while still helping others? This is something that seems to be eluding many people, unfortunately, in the time that we have now, which in many words can be cause of utter disaster and one day hope to be reflected upon. But until then, all we have is time. Time to sit back, reflect on just us as individuals, but not necessarily on the situation from what it seems, unfortunately, for what it truly is. And the reason that's said because there seems to be rivalries of sorts. And not a rivalry that you see necessarily at a sports game where it's sit with your friends and maybe you have popcorn or hot dog, maybe a soda, and you watch the game. Rivalry of a good nature in which you can brag to each other who's the victor at the end of the day. But in the sense of where America, the country, is at currently, is at a different, really tipping point of rivalry. It has broken the wall of what truly should have held back the anger and the anguish of those involved. Almost as if there's a cat being hung over a pond of water, fighting not to be dropped in. This is what we see from many politicians these days, unfortunately. They'll do anything to make sure they get away or get what they want. Now, that isn't to say everyone is bad, because to say that would be absolutely insane and absurd. But with every good person, I believe there's also a bad person. With every ignorant person, there's also a knowledgeable one. This creates balance, something that we seem to be lacking of, or which is not brought into the spotlight and still exists, but it is not shown, which therefore decreases hope within the person or people, especially in the state of what we are left in now. I say all this because as of today, we are ready to look towards the future into a new day and a new month, a new year even. But there's always something holding us back. And could it be due to we are holding ourselves back as people, as individuals, as citizens? Or is it a higher power? That is something for you to decide, but for me to go ahead and speculate upon. Something bigger. Maybe that's what we need. Something bigger, something to go ahead and really gain hope from. Now, I know this is where religion comes into play, and for me, myself, I'm not necessarily big on believing just one religion. I believe they all intertwine, and at one point, they all met, if that makes sense. By they all met, I mean they all have aspects of one another, and they all come together to meet within the middle, creating a bigger source. Now, something that isn't believed, or something that isn't really looked upon, isn't given power. That's to say, I could sit here right now with hundreds of other people, and we can all believe the same thing. Well, now isn't that reality? Did we not create our own perception of what is? This is how religions all start. And yes, people say they start out as in cults, and that is true. But one thing that each cult has in common that has turned into a religion is they all believe a similar, if not the same thing, which gives it power. So I ask you this: why don't we all come together and believe in your country, believe in yourself? Would we not gain the power then? Would we not be able to go ahead and stand for ourselves then? This is something that goes ahead and defies what the higher people want, but unfortunately, I believe it's the truth. I'll go further into my day, get all that tough stuff out of the way, and so far today, not much has happened. It's a sunny day out, a little cold, but what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? It's one day out of many. But as it said, a rolling stone can turn into a mountain. So I guess today does play a huge role in what the future will become. So I gotta sit back and write this. What will I do today to make sure tomorrow's better? Well, I guess I could go ahead and, I could write this down. This is the start. I could maybe help others around me. Make sure others around me prosper in any way possible, but not in a selfish manner. See, that's where a lot of people will falter. They expect things. So, for example, if I were to go help someone, I would expect to be thanked or get something in return, whether it's a monetary unit or some other good. But why? Why not do something because it's right? I think that's where a lot of people go ahead and they really falter with that idea. It's built into us at a very young age. You do something and there's a transaction. Why can't the transaction just be joy? Just being, knowing that you did something good. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna start. I think that's where we all should start. Well, if any updates happen, and I'm sure I'll be writing in this diary every day to let you all know, maybe weekly, we'll see. But make sure you let me know in the comments one thing you're gonna do that's gonna make tomorrow better. Something that will make it stand out. It could be small. It could be something as simple as, I don't know, making a good meal, for your family, just doing something. What are you gonna do? I'd like to know. And I'm very interested. Let me know in the comments. And I can't wait to write in this diary again. I'll see you soon.